Welcome. I am so glad that you have found us. My name is Christy Gayton, and I am one of the co-founders of STARTplanner and Start Brands. Today, you're going to be listening to the Start Productivity course. I am going to help you guys set yourself up to success and give you skills and habits that you can take and apply to your life. A lot of times, it's not us that needs to be changed. It's our routines and our habits that need to be tweaked in order to elevate our productivity, in order to move us along in different areas of our life. And the reality of it all is it all works together. So I am going to go over 8 different things, 8 different videos, and talking you through those different areas. We are going to talk through goals, how to set them, how to properly do them, how to assess them, and we're going to then go into finance. I'm going to teach you guys, finance is like my love language. I'm going to teach you guys how to budget because goals can't happen. A lot of this other stuff can't happen if you are not sound in a financial plan. Then we're going to talk about wellness and self-care and how that is the foundation to your productivity. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you don't feel your best, you're not going to be as productive. Then I'm going to be talking about meal planning, how you can do it and how you can save time and money. Then I'm going to dive into schedules. Time is our most important asset. For me, here's a little tip or something you might not know about me. I am ADD. If I do not have a routine and a schedule, I am not productive and I'm not moving my life forward. So this system and the START system has been developed for a method for I can constantly stay focused, be aligned, and move myself and my life forward in a very driven direction. Then I'm going to talk about home and personal life and making sure we plan and maintain for that. And I'm going to wrap it up on where to start because a lot of these things and these principles that I'm going to be introducing and talking to you about might be a little overwhelming, and that is not what I want. Take these videos as you're watching, segment by segment, and applying it to the Start Planner and the Start system. I really want you to leave this excited, energized, and really motivated because it's just like anything else. I can tell you what to do, but you are you. I want you to listen to these tips and knowing yourself and your own personality, what's going to work for you in your life, apply them and move your life forward. I really feel like that is my calling and that is why I'm here. Before you get started in any of this, I'm actually going to go over a couple tips that I feel like we all should do and audit often. So the first tip is going to be get organized. If you are not organized in your life, and in your mind and your office and all these different things, it's going to be clutter in your head. So make a list and plan out for what spaces or things do you need to get organized in. It will make the world of a difference if you go towards simplicity. Simpler is better. The next thing is going to be learning to say no. We cannot be good at everything. You have to have boundaries, and part of a boundary is saying no. A lot of times we feel guilt for not wanting or can't doing, so we say yes to a lot of different things. But what happens is we end up depleting ourselves, our goals get derailed. So making sure we're saying no to some things so that we're saying yes to our goals and our own things that keep us aligned, which goes to prioritizing a to-do list. It's something that I'm really going to dive in and talk about when we're talking about time management and schedules. But learning how to prioritize a list is a skill set that you need to learn so that you are spending your time efficiently. Social circle. You've probably heard the saying, we are who we associate ourselves with. We all have a social of influence, and those people in our life, ultimately, whether we like it or not, are influencing us, either driving us forward in our life or holding us back. So I want to encourage you to take a look at your social circle, or what do you need to change up? Where are you lacking the most in your goals? Do you need to be more motivated at the gym? Do you need to be more motivated to make a career change or a relationship or all these different things, and making sure you're asking the right people. So the right people are people to me that have very solid morals and are on a path and maybe even went down a path that I want to go down. And I'm big, and here's the path of life. We are all on our own journeys and our own timings. Learning to give yourself grace and understanding your life is your journey and your timing is one of the most important things that I want everyone to learn. And I have to say this to myself all the time because I am my own worst enemy and I am the hardest actually on myself. So part of organizing and saying no and setting our goals is setting times to audit. Auditing spaces, auditing goals, auditing, what is my schedule? Is it working? Is it a different season? So making sure you're putting aside some time in order to audit your life so that you create this well-oiled system, but you have to maintain it. And auditing allows you to do that. Part of that is letting go and giving yourself grace. I mentioned that a second ago. A lot of times we get hung up on a particular thing, or we start something and we don't want to quit. And learning how to let go, when to let go. I often say life is the art of learning when to push through and when to realize that I shouldn't push through this and I need to let this go. For me, writing is another tip that I highly recommend. Not only writing to-do list, because there's so much to pen and paper and actually writing things out and crossing it off, that mind-brain retention, but writing for my emotional growth and writing for my vision and my goals. And we're going to talk about that all throughout here. But if you're saying to me, I'm not a writer, Christy, it's okay. You don't have to be a writer. It could just be writing a to-do list or sitting down once a month and revisiting your goals. I think it's so important to constantly be auditing yourself, and part of that is writing with actual pen and paper. Rest is actually my next tip. Rest is something that I don't do well. And I think, again, it's going to be different for different people and different personalities. Learning yourself is going to be your biggest asset in moving your life forward. Learning how you rest, learning what your cadence is, learning that you need to like for me, I have to remove myself from my normal environments to fully relax and rest. Otherwise, I'm just a busybody. I'm constantly going. When I do remove myself, it actually elevates my productivity because I come back, I'm re-energized, I'm fired up, and I'm wanting to move my life forward. Some of my biggest ideas have actually been when I have stopped everything and taken a complete break. So I want to encourage you, if you're someone that is going, to rest. And if you're someone that is not pushing yourself enough and you've I'm resting, I'm chilling, I'm waiting for life to life happens to us, but I believe we have the ability to change the trajectory of where our life is headed. So where do you need to push and where do you need to pull back? And the last thing is I want to encourage you is to embody that you are you, which I believe you're here with a purpose. You have been given for a very specific purpose, a calling, and there's no one else that can duplicate you. You're a gift. I believe that you need to embody that and be the best version of yourself. I believe that our journeys here are to develop our souls, and our minds and our voices and our bodies are just a tool that we are given for a temporary time in order to step out into our calling. So embody that you are amazing and you are going to make big things happen in your world, and give yourself grace, understand your seasons, but also be ready to level yourself up. Find people that can see you for who you are and push you beyond your own boundaries and beyond your own limits. I'm so excited you guys are here. I cannot wait to teach this stuff. I love organization. I love productivity. I love efficiency. And that is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys my system that I use to set myself up for success. And we're going to talk through each of these videos so that you are applying them to your life to be more productive and to move your life forward. Let's get started.